The Beast is a legendary wooden coaster known all over the world located at Kings Island. It originally opened in 1979. Over its many operating years, the coaster has gotten its fair share of complaints about its roughness. So in the 2021-2022 off-season, the park decided to retract the coaster. I was able to ride this modernized beast, and in this short video, I'm going to be giving my updated thoughts on the coaster. Let's get into it. If you didn't know, the retracking was performed by the Gravity Group, a roller coaster manufacturer of wooden coasters. They are most famous for Hades 360, among other family-style wooden coasters. It's important to note that there were some changes to the ride that came with the retracking. I will hit all the major things that I noticed on my rides. Mainly, the retracking is around the higher stress regions. This includes drops and turns. The less stressed track remained the same. That would be things like lift hills and brake runs. Overall, the coaster to me was not much different. Still the same out-of-control beast I know and love. As I said though, there were a couple of changes. The first of them is at the bottom of the first drop. The Gravity Group increased the first drop's angle of descent from 45 to 53 degrees. Out of all the changes, this was the most noticeable in terms of feeling. To me, this changed the pullout of the first drop. Since it's steeper but pulling to the same location, the amount of force exerted on your body is greater. I noticed that immediately. The best way I can describe it is by saying the compression of the spine is a lot more than what it used to be. I think I like it better than the original drop. The force is good and it's pretty smooth, or at least it's smoother than before. Moving on throughout the layout, during the first portion of the ride, the tunnel sections felt a little different as well. I think this is where the turns were retracked so that the banking lessens some of the lateral forces. Out of all the changes, I would say this is probably the least noticeable. The turns only felt a tad bit smoother. And honestly, I think I would have preferred the lateral force. It's not something you get on everyday roller coasters now. And finally, the last big change I'm going to talk about comes during the second portion of the layout. This is arguably one of the most impactful changes to the ride. I'm talking about that slanted drop into the massive double helix. That slanted drop did get retracted along with the track along the helix. In addition to that, the park extended the length of the tunnel. So now instead of turning and entering the tunnel at the same time, you enter the tunnel then hit the turn. To me, this was very different, but still the same. The helix felt smoother, but at the same time was also faster and more out of control. I don't know how that's possible, but they pulled it off. But I say it's arguably one of the most important ones because of how it looks. You can obviously see the new wood combined with the old wooden tunnel. I just think it looks really weird. But like I said, the feeling was kinda different but kinda the same at the same time. And in the end, I feel like that sums up my feelings on the newly retracked beast. Even though there were some changes that can be felt, the ride did not lose its identity. It still feels like a runaway train in some parts, and it still remains as one of the icons for the park. Overall, I think it has been improved. If you were one that was skeptical about the retrack, there's nothing to worry about. The beast is still the beast. I would without a doubt keep this coaster on the bucket list if you have not been able to visit this park. So that's going to do it for my updated thoughts on the beast. Have you gotten to ride it? If so, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.